It's Monday, and we're gonna get back on track, get this floor moving forward. We went and got some subflooring, some stuff to put down underneath it, and some wood spacers, good old construction adhesive, our friend. And we're gonna start taking all this stuff out of the bus so we can start putting the floor in the bus, because it's kind of a train wreck in here. So we're gonna make some room and we're gonna get going. All right, guys. No! Ain't nothing straight on a bus, man. Damn. That is crazy. So this is the very first piece, and it's going to anchor and basically set the stage for the rest of the floor. So it has to be as straight as possible. I went to great lengths to measure and double measure, and that thing just, once I set it in there, it was off by a lot, and I could tell it was crooked. So yeah, that's why I had the minor meltdown. So I'm sure some folks are wondering why I'm not putting down insulation on the floor, and I'm not going to put any on the walls or ceiling either. I stayed in this bus as it sits with the insulation in minus 10 degree weather with a portable space heater, and it wasn't stupid toasty, but it was warm enough. So I figure with the heating I'm putting in here, the insulation's fine. I may regret it when it comes time for some air conditioning, but I think it's going to be all right. Oh, we're tapping out for the day. We made pretty good progress. We got the backside done. We've got enough to do halfway through. But so far, we're digging it. It's coming along nicely. So, till then. For round 2 of the subfloor extravaganza. So I'll get us set up here and we'll get going. So we've had to stop doing the floor for a second because reality hit me that I gotta fix this other roof hatch before we keep moving forward with it. So we're working on it. But here's my PSA for the day, my public service announcement. If you ever try to fix a leak with Henry's wet patch and you think there's even the slightest chance you're gonna have to get back in it, don't use it. This is sticky, nasty, it's basically like working with tar. So I'm sure the stuff's good on a regular roof, but don't put it on a bus. No. Alright guys, we are almost there. We've got the subfloor put in pretty much to the front. And I did manage to close this other hatch off, so we'll put the other fan in it someday. But we had the whole crew in here tonight, so it was much appreciated.
Yep.
Well guys, it's been kind of an ADD week. So I went from working on the inside to plotting and scheming. Although this is related, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to plumb the shower I basically have this little space to work with, but I can't drill here because there's the frame right there. So I've got to run my sewer line right in between the hot water for the heat and this frame. So that's going to be, but I can't come down below the air conditioning vent there. So that's going to be fun. But I was looking at the airbags and stuff here. And then that led me to this door, which I couldn't open. So I had to cut a hole in the door to get this thing. What had happened, this little lever fell off of the key thing there. So rather than destroy the whole door, this light sits in there with a little bezel, so no one will ever know. But yeah, we had to cut a hole in the door just to get it open, only to find this wasn't quite what I was expecting. I've had this door open before, but I couldn't remember what was in here, and now I remember it's the other half of the electrical. So I was pondering, you know, if I could put something in there like a storage tank, or I don't know, something. But anyhow, let's get back on task here. Oh, I was messing with the air conditioning too. Trying to get, I've decided I'm going to leave the road air in it. All the things I'm reading on the forum basically say you'll never be able to replicate it going down the road, and we do travel in a lot of hot weather, so we're going to leave the road air, which means I got to find a home for the other air conditioning mini splits. But as you can see, we did get the subfloor in, except for this little front piece right here. I got to figure out, well, I know what I'm doing, so there's no figuring out. But before I can put the vinyl floor in, we got to remap out where everything's going. So as you can see, I've got my shower pan sitting roughly where I think it's going to go. My cardboard pooper mock-up right there. So basically everything's going to have to hinge off the bathroom is what I've come to the conclusion. So that's where we're going to start, because we got to build the wall, the back wall, and the hallway. So now all that's left to do is to build this. This is a sketching program called VanSpace. It's not too expensive though. It's kind of cool because you can choose the textures, and you know, you're limited because this is not what my floor is going to look like. But anyhow, it does give you a good rendering of kind of what to expect, and you can size everything to the proper dimensions. Although, you know, it's still not a blueprinting CAD software, but it'll get you close. But as you can see here, you know, starting at the back of the bus, we've got our queen size bed. We didn't want to go with a king because we both like to be able to walk along the side of the bed to make it, which is another reason why I don't want to push the bed up against one of the walls. It's just a quirk, but this is the nice thing with building your own stuff, is you can build your own stuff. Then we've got a couple of dresser drawers. The bed's going to have a couple drawers in it underneath us as well. A pretty small wardrobe just to hold a few jackets and whatnot. And then we've got the hallway that comes up the side here into the bathroom. This bathroom is proving quite difficult because I was going to put a 32-inch shower in it, but when I was standing in one over at Home Depot, I came to the conclusion that nope, I'm a big old corn-fed white boy. I cannot fit in a 32-inch shower without bumping my arms and stuff up against the sides. So we went with a 34-inch shower, which 2 inches, you'd be surprised. And we'll just leave that one alone. Of course, we got a little sink. In hindsight, I probably should have went with a smaller sink. They have a real small rectangular sized sink that I've seen in other buses. And in hindsight, I'm kind of wishing I would have went that route, because I could have changed this floor plan, because I've got the commode that's just kind of in the middle of everything here. It would have been nice to have the sink just right alongside the doorway here, because the sink I was looking at, it only sticks out 8 inches, 8 or 10 inches. This is a 21-inch deep sink, so it would block pretty much the whole doorway. So I'm kind of locked into this layout, the other issues, because, we've got a washer and dryer going in this bus. And while they're small, they're still pretty huge considering they're going in a bus. But anyhow, so that's the bathroom. I've still got to sort out what kind of doors I'm going to go with. A standard door is 80 inches tall. I've only got 74 inches to work with. So I'm going to have to cut it down, or there's going to be a lot of fabricating, which, we'll get through it. Or I'll hang a sheet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But then coming out of the bathroom, we've got the refrigerator and a pretty small pantry stuffed in here. And then these empty cabinets, they don't have a graphic for the pull-out trash can. Stove, some drawers, the sink, and then the dishwasher over here. We got some overhead cabinets. They're not huge. They're only 12 inches. But, we can put some stuff in it. I didn't want to obscure too much of the window that's left. So we went with some 12-inch overhead cabinets. Then I've got a Murphy bed. It's only going to be a full. I don't know if I want to try and stuff a queen size in here. Because, yes, we could have company, but it's pretty rare. So, sorry, company, you're not going to have the Taj Mahal experience. You'll have a mattress. And then, of course, we got a little appliance garage here for like the microwave and can openers and just some other storage. I keep going back and forth once we get past the kitchen. I've got the entertainment system here. I'm going to stuff the biggest TV I can possibly stuff in this thing. It'll probably be a 55-inch, though. Again, you're 6 feet away, so that's still going to be like sitting at a drive-in movie theater. But I keep going back and forth on which side it's going to be on, because I have to facilitate this chair reclining. That's Mama's chair, which I'm still waiting on. I don't think it's arriving until May. 4 months lead time on that one. But anyhow, that's the front of the bus. But pretty cool program. I didn't want to get something that I had to spend too much time to figure out how to use. But this was kind of how I could show the vision of what we're trying to build to the wife. Now I'm sharing it with everybody else. This is what we're trying to build. And I think we can get there. Most everything in here is prefab. All these cabinets are from Home Depot. Couch is bought. We already have that. We've got the refrigerator, the shower. It's all prefab. I just got to put it in. The finessing is where it'll come into play. Which, like on some of the other channels I watch, we do it nice because we do it twice is a good slogan. But anyhow, that's it for this week, guys. I appreciate you watching.